Common myths and misconceptions about the U.S. military. The United States military service ended its draft in 1973 and became the all-volunteer service we all know about today. As of April 2018, there are just under 1.29 million, or just under 0.5% of its population serving in the military. Women represent around 16% of the enlisted forces and around 18% of officers. The military is divided into 4 branches: the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force. Since the percentage of people in the military is so low compared to the population, and since civilians are rarely exposed to military life, they may have to draw their ideas from media and other channels like Hollywood. Though Hollywood does try most of the time to be accurate, somehow misconceptions about the military do tend to come up. Before we get started, if this is your first time or you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay tuned to our videos. Now, here are some common myths about the U.S. military that you might not have known. 10. The military is only for criminals or for people who can't afford to pursue higher education. Now, this is an offensive stereotype against the volunteers who've chosen to go into a life that might require them to lay down their lives for the sake of ours. The military does extensive FBI background checks on all prospective enlistees, and any kind of criminal record, juvenile or otherwise, can be grounds for rejection. There may be a possibility of a waiver against some charges, but these then bar you from applying into certain areas of the military. This is because some branches require special clearance, as you may be handling classified or top-secret documents, for which there are background checks done on every member. Another condescending notion is that those who are too dumb to go to college join the military. A lot of enlistees join the military because of the GI Bill, which provides them with a lot of resources for higher education provided by the government. So that's another myth busted. 9. Military means combat. A lot of civilians tend to think that joining the military means that you're instantly told to go to war. While there are certain branches, such as the infantry, artillery, tanker, and special forces, that require their members to do active service in combat, this is mostly not true. Every service member needs to be combat ready in case of an emergency, but there are a lot of positions in the service that generally avoid combat. 8. All military members wind up with PTSD. There's a lot of content out there that depicts service members with some form of disorder, trauma, or aggression after they join the military. While a study conducted on trauma claimed that soldiers who serve more than one tour of combat are 50% more likely to experience PTSD, this isn't true for the majority of them. Most military personnel are in no different mental state than the rest of us civilians when they aren't on the job. This picture of these personnel being fragile or secretly having trauma can be annoying at times when they're treated like powder kegs by everyone around them. While such depictions are required for an enthralling storytelling, it's definitely not the reality. 7. Service members follow orders all the time. This is a myth propagated by a lot of war-based documentaries and movies where we see a soldier hesitant to do something, probably like shooting the hero, and all the villain commander has to do to get him to shoot is remind him that he is a soldier and good soldiers always follow orders. Soldiers follow orders because the military needs to have a form of discipline that maintains control, and it only makes the entire system more effective. 6. Everyone gets a gun. When deployed, every service member except for a chaplain carries a firearm. When not deployed, the only service members who can legally carry a firearm are the military police. It is illegal for a service member to carry a firearm in public if they are not conducting training, and also to bring one into a federal facility. Although there are different laws for people who have permits to carry concealed sidearms, generally this isn't true. Though they were banned from joining combat, they contributed in other ways, such as through the Army Nurse Corps, which was founded in 1901 following the Spanish-American War. Recently, Congress has even lifted the ban on women in combat positions in a strive to generate more equality in the military. Before the ban, a female general would have never been appointed a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, as that position was given to someone in a combat role, i.e. a man, but now women have the opportunity to rank even higher than they did before. 4. Signing up means not getting to talk to all your family and friends. In the age of smartphones and instant connections, it's a confusing myth among recruitable youth that joining the military would entail being shuttled off to some remote or deserted location that would take away any contact with their loved ones. It is true that if you're deployed, then you might be sent to isolated or remote locations, but usually that's not the case. For most service members, the entire duration of service would require them to work in just a different city or country with all the facilities. 3. Military spouses are all housewives and uneducated. This is another one of the offensive myths that happens due to lack of personal contact with people in the military. A 2014 statistic claimed that at least 15% of military spouses are men, a number that has definitely gone up since then. More than that, military spouses are people who are career-driven in their own civilian lives. In fact, they have to try harder to even get the opportunity to work. Employers may not hire military spouses due to the threat of a permanent change of station, the same thing that makes college education hard. They need to be more resilient in their careers than others just to be able to perform. 2. The military is just full of Christian Republicans. The U.S. military is a very diverse environment with people from all age groups, economic backgrounds, and origin. Among enlisted recruits, 43% of men and 56% of women are Hispanic or a racial minority. In the Army, there are nearly as many black women as there are white women, so the military is a very vibrant place to work. 1. Going to war or combat 24/7. Though the movies might be able to depict firefights accurately, they aren't how most service members spend their time. A majority don't even leave the forward base of operations, or FOB, and are called FOBITs. The life of a service member in combat is pretty much the same as that of their ordinary lives. What could be an aggravating time is when they are posted to a remote, dangerous location. Most FOBs, due to organizations like the USO, are now equipped with many amenities like a gym, restaurants, places to watch movies, play games, and relax. That's all we have for you in this video. If you enjoyed it or found it enlightening, do like and share this video. Please leave your comments below, and we'll get back to you. Until next time.